The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Laws of Empowering Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Blanca, and the founder of the Laws of Life platform. And my extraordinary co-host is none other than Natan Verkovsky, founder of the Essential Academy. How are you, Natan?
I'm doing wonderful this morning, Blanca. Blessed, way too blessed to be stressed. How are you?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. We have to remember that. And we've been, this show has been empowering entrepreneurs around the world. We feature many instructors from the Essential Academy. You can check out the essentialacademy.org. If you want to be part of an exclusive invite-only community where you can be an instructor, teach worldwide, the opportunities are endless. Give us the top 3 opportunities from the Essential Academy.
To join a private invitation-only by referral-only not-for-profit educational community. 1. 2, to have assistants and teams help you create your courses and your events. 3, to have promotional departments and production companies create the most massive, impactful events worldwide under your behalf.
I love it. I mean, the amount of enrichment to my platform that has come as a result of this collaboration has been instrumental. And it's also about building community, everyone. It's about building community. So like today's guest, we have an amazing guest, and I'm meeting her because she, Tanna, is an instructor in the Essential Academy. So tell us, who is our amazing guest of honor today?
Tanna is amazing on multiple levels. So she's going to be coming across as somebody who's qualified to be here because she's an author and transformational women's empowerment coach, certified law of attraction coach, certified holistic health practitioner, EFT practitioner, and founder of Infinite Women. So she can stand on her own and say, hey, I deserve to be here for those reasons. But it was when she was diagnosed with lupus at 15 and then self-healed and can share that journey that puts her in a very different top 1% of people. And in that top 1% of 1%, she also has this incredible story working at a major music industry company such as Capitol Records for enough years to meet everybody from her husband there to her new career path. And is just somebody who can guide you to attracting miracles in your life. I think that would be the easiest way to put it. That's Tanna.
All right, well, let's welcome Tanna to the stage. Tanna, how are you this morning? What's the good word?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Well, the good word is, wow, just abundance. I'm so excited to be here. And thank you, Natan, for that amazing introduction. It made me feel like, that's me.
That's me. Yeah.
Wow. So you do a lot for women, empowering women. That's why it's so perfect that you are on the show, Empowering Entrepreneurs. So what is the number one challenge that women are facing today in your prism of experience?
Yeah, I've always had a strong connection with women, and I'm sorry, I think I froze there for a split second, but when I go back, it started when I was in high school. I went to an all-girls high school. There was busing in LA, and my dad was a policeman. He's like, oh, no, my daughter is not going to be bused to South Central. So I went to an all-girls Catholic school, and I was like an ugly duckling, like braces, glasses, heavy. Boys were mean to me. Boys didn't like me. And I got there and I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy not to have boys around. And I just formed all of these relationships so quickly. And I'm still close to most of those people today and my entire class. I was also in an organization for girls, a Masonic organization called Job's Daughters. And so I learned leadership there and public speaking. And again, it was all girls and women. And my girlfriends have always been incredibly important to me. And the importance of women supporting women and having that feminine connection. And it's great to have men who support women like us. Someone like Natan, who is supportive of women, but the connection of women together, of each other, there's something magical about that. And we really need that. It's why I created Infinite Women. I mean, the idea was dropped into me divinely, but the whole purpose behind that, this is what I tell women: you can meet and marry the person of your dreams, you can have kids, but most likely your partner's going to die before you do. Your kids are going to grow up and move away, and who are you left with? Your girlfriends. So it's very important.
This is just statistically intelligent. That's all you're saying. You're like, it just makes mathematical sense.
All right. So what you're really, so you're saying that's sort of that old saying that your friends are first. That's how you see life. You believe that friends are first. Now, growing up, my mother, who was very Romanian, she was a very modern woman, but she had a very interesting philosophy. It was counter opposite to yours. She said, listen to me, Blanquița. You need to make your husband the priority. Everyone else, it doesn't matter. And she pushed that into my mind. Now, I did not fully listen because I love my friends, male and female. And so you think, so how do you manage the friendships when you're in a relationship? How do you advise your clients to balance those worlds?
Well, that's exactly it. It's balance. And, I'm married and my husband is my best friend. We were friends first, so that's interesting. But he knows how important it is to me. And it's important to have a partner who respects and appreciates that those relationships are important and they can only enhance the romantic relationship. So it's just like maintaining a good romantic relationship. You have to find the time. You have to make time for each other. So it's just another pocket that you need. If you are in a romantic relationship or you're married, you obviously need to nurture that relationship. And then these other relationships are just as important. And if you go back to, I think we've all been through this. You have that friend that's your friend until they're dating somebody and then they disappear and then they break up and then they're back. And
oh, yes,
you can't do that. I've had girlfriends do that to me. I made a point of never neglecting my girlfriends, no matter how crazy in love I was with somebody at the moment. And it's just nurturing those and honoring those relationships. And, we need to do that with all of our relationships. But I think with women, it's just really important that they make that space in their life and in their marriages and romantic relationships, but then in their work relationships. You need to make that time. It's so important.
I agree. So I know you have a new course that just came out that's about stop being the nice girl. And
How cool is that? Before we even talk about that amazingness, I wanted to just share a quick little something that I don't think anyone else out there on the interwebs knows about or anything like that. My wife, who's also the director, a co-director in the Academy and an instructor to be coming up shortly, I'll probably be introducing her next month to everybody. When I met her and we were 20, and she had left, she came from a small, teeny little, like 2-horse town in eastern Quebec. That was it, and there was no opportunity. You can't go there. So she left there and moved to the big city, to Montreal, with millions of people. And her, family was terrified. Everybody was terrified. She came. She went independent. She was very guarded. Wore big baggy clothes so that nobody could see what she looked like underneath. It's not your business. It was very, I'll fight you. And I'm like, okay, relax. Very, very defensive that way. And I could see why she needed to be. And when I met her, we shook hands. And it was the first time that I'd ever touched somebody and we zapped. Like as if you were rubbing your feet on the carpet and you just zapped. But we just walked and looked at each other. And I've never had that with anybody else before or since. And that was kind of like, when they say, oh, you don't know. I'm like, wow, crap, if that doesn't tell you, what were you looking for, buddy? You're so completely polar opposites. that you literally made a battery magnet the second you touched.
Wow.
So
That's extraordinary.
It's magic.
it
And
is.
all the other pieces came into play. I mean, you're compatible in all the other categories.
Well, 28 years will do a lot, don't you think? We'll figure out the other damn pieces. If you knew.
You're lucky. You're very, very lucky. You know, I mean, sometimes, I mean, not everybody, you know, obviously there's such a high rate of divorce in this country. And I'm sure a lot of
Do
your,
you want me to make you laugh? So
yeah,
8, 9, 10, 20 years ago, I don't even remember when, right? It feels like yesterday to me. So it's been a very short period of time, even though on the calendar, holy crap. One of those times, I remember we had a big fight. And I was sleeping on the couch because I didn't want to sleep. And I was just so mad. I think I'm going to break up with you. And that's just going to be the end of it.
Wow.
And she said, I'm not going to let you. I'm like, what? Not an what? Yeah, no, that's not an option. Sorry. I'm like, oh. And that just changed things for me. So when somebody wants you that much, you know, in a non-destructive, obvious way and stuff, but it was so different for me. And I was just like, I think people let go and say goodbye a little too quickly and easily nowadays. I don't think they try through a couple hard, painful things that they need to.
I agree with that. And in fact, I've always had a rule in my past marriage and in my current relationship. The rule is like, don't use the D word, you know, even though I did get divorced the first time. But, you know, like sometimes when David and I have a little bit of a tiff, he'll be like, I don't know if we can stay together. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. Okay.
Agreed. That's not something you should be able to pull out of your pocket. Agreed.
What do you think about that, Tanna? Do you think that it should be a rule? Don't say the D word. Don't talk about the breakup in the dispute. What's your advice?
I think that, well, obviously communication is the most important part of any relationship. So you got to talk through stuff and you have to respect each other's differences. Because Natan, you said that you guys were polar opposites, you and your wife. Yeah, my husband and I are very different as well. You have to respect those differences. And sometimes they can cause problems, but it shouldn't be enough to make you split. I mean, obviously there's some people that,
right? Not like problems, but more like friction.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's some relationships that are just not healthy and people will be better off apart. But if there's that foundation there, and, you know, going back to the friendship thing, if you're friends on the most basic level, and I'll tell you something, this is one of the things I tell my clients who want to attract their soulmate. I do a lot of work with women with that because I use law of attraction. I used it for my own husband, and it's really powerful. I always tell them, because chemistry is such a big deal. You're so attracted to somebody, and if it's good, then you get addicted to it. And I always tell people, what if sex was not an option? Would you stay with this person? Do you enjoy their company enough? Do you have common interests? Do you respect and appreciate each other? That's a big thing, I think. So if that foundation,
that as a qualifier on a questionnaire to everybody from like ages of you think you're old enough to have sex to no, you actually now are old enough to have sex and everything in between. Because this shouldn't just be for people that, I'm at a certain age in my life where it's not an option. No, or I've had a medical issue and it's not an option. No. You should be thinking this, period. Why are you sleeping with this person? I don't care how old you are. And if you're not sleeping with this person, do you want to be with them enough that even if you could never sleep with them, you still would want to be with them?
yeah, then you're literally just sleeping.
Yeah, right. But still, it's beautiful.
That's a pretty deep question. Everybody better ask yourself that question today.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, this conversation's only getting more and more interesting, and I love it. I love the conversation. Let's just take a quick second to celebrate the Roku channel. Remember, if you want to have your own show on the Laws of Life Roku channel, you can. We produce shows, we produce webcasts, podcasts worldwide. We distribute them to the Laws of Life Roku channel and to 137 additional channels to build your brand. So let's celebrate. Let's keep celebrating the Roku channel. Let's take a look at that celebration video.
Oh, oh, oh.
So please, everybody, go follow me on Instagram at Blanca Laws of Life. Follow Natan Verkovsky. Follow Tanna. You can subscribe directly to the Roku channel right from my link tree on my Instagram. You can follow me on all my channels and stay connected. Join us for our networking group every Tuesday at 11. And I will tell you, that's where a lot of the magic happens. We're now in our third year of networking every single week. And now
What season we're on, Blanca? This is crazy, man. I don't even know where we're. Poof,
it's
blows me
crazy.
away.
And the conversations at this networking event, I can't even call it a networking event. It's a friendship event is really what it is. They just keep getting better every week, Natan? Isn't it insane?
I don't know how it's possible, but okay, Blanca, answer me this. You've been at the academy now a couple months, and every single month I say, come to the team meeting. If you can only make one trip a month, that would be the one you should make, because I guarantee I'll introduce you to incredible new people, and I guarantee that we'll be doing something incredible new that you wouldn't even think is possible.
Whew,
Have
without
I
it,
do that every single month that you've been with us?
hell yes.
Somehow.
I meet the most. I mean, I told you, you're my brother. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even believe what a gift from the universe you are. And now Tanna is my new friend, and I feel like I've known Tanna 100 years. I want to get a lot of advice. I want to get raw and real, Tanna, though. I want to go deep with you. I want to ask you questions, and I want you to get really raw and real. Are you ready for the cross-examination?
I'm ready. Bring
And
it.
it's not like she wasn't a trial lawyer of the year, but
All right, so this is what I want to know. You said you just finished a course. Tanna Marshall, our empowerment women's expert of the day, just finished a course on something I find very intriguing, how to stop being the nice girl. Now, this is a big problem for Blanca. So I relate to, is that the number one problem in America right now, that women are too nice?
Well, I think it's primarily older women who, it's arguably, but I believe it's baby boomers, Gen Xers like me. We were just raised differently. We were raised to put everybody else first and to take care of everybody else and put ourselves last and not worry about our own self-care, just keep taking care of everybody else, even if it kills us. And this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it. I believe it's one of the causes of so much breast cancer. I mean, also, I'm just going to say, I hate October. I hate all the pink washing. Ladies, get thermograms, not mammograms. Thermograms do not fill your body with radiation and actually cause cancer. Please get a thermogram. But the whole pink washing thing in October drives me crazy because your breasts represent nurturing,
Right.
and cancer is long-held anger and resentment. So do the math. So women need to take care of themselves. And since they don't always get that support from people in their family who are like, wait, you're taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of me. So when I created this program, because I've been through this a lot in my own life, where people get angry with you for taking a step back and going, this relationship isn't healthy for me. It's not productive for me. I need to take a step back. And let me emphasize, this is done with love. This isn't screw all you people. It's I need to take a step back and take care of myself. People that I've stepped away from, I've done it with love. Like, I need to go take care of myself. And I love you, but I need to love you from afar. And one of the things I tell my clients with people that they need to step away from, maybe permanently, is just say, I wish you well and I wish you away. Because it's like, get away from me, but I'm sending you love. So it's about learning to set boundaries, create that confidence with love and compassion for the people who are going to be like, what the hell? And it's interesting because we're so afraid of being called selfish. I think that's one of the number one fears of women. Selfish. Oh my God, I don't want to be called selfish. And if you are actively pursuing what works for you, then it could be elevated to selfish bitch. So I think we all hate that, but it's not a bad thing. And, I'm a big student of Abraham Hicks. I'm certified in their teachings. That's why I'm a law of attraction coach. And they talk about, people are like, you're so selfish. You should be doing what makes me happy. You shouldn't be selfish and do what makes you happy. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of that anger coming from other people. And we just have to kind of let it float by, like, okay, that's okay. I'm still going to take care of myself and put myself first. Because bottom line, when we take care of ourselves first, we're better able to take care of everybody else. And if people are open to that, then they see like, oh, she's happier. And yes, I feel better being around her. And it's a good example for everyone to take care of themselves, especially younger girls who witness their mothers or other women in their lives taking care of themselves and saying, okay, I know that you need that, but I need to take care of me first. And either I'll take care of it, or guess what? You may be able to take care of it yourself. So it helps everybody, I think.
So what's your definition of self-care? Is that exercise? Is that health? Is that going to the spa? What does that look like for you?
Oh, it's all of the above. And I think it's very individual too. Everybody needs something different to sustain their own self-care. I mean, for me, I need to meditate, I need to tap, I need to connect with the divine. I pray, I do love to move my body. I need the connection with friends, that helps. I need alone time. I need quality time with my husband. It's whatever fulfills and nurtures you. And it, one day it could be like, I need a cupcake, and that's what'll nurture me today. Another day is like, I need to go to the spa. I need time with my girlfriends. I need time with my cat. It depends. And there are things that you can do on a regular basis if you have a daily routine. And then I think you just stay open to, well, what nurtures me now, and what new relationships are coming into my life? Do you nurture me? Yes. Do you nurture me? No. Bye-bye. So I think it's an ongoing, ever evolving thing, and it's very, very personal.
I agree. What do you do for self-care, Natan, as an energy healer, not only an entrepreneur, but as an energy healer?
Self-care. What an interesting way to go. I love the obvious stuff. Eat well, sleep well, be well, exercise, all the normal things. Tonight is a simple example. I get to do martial arts. So for me to do self-care, when I take 3 hours and close my phone, when you have more than 400 people worldwide that are dependent on you for everything in the moment, and you can just close your mind from that, when you can transport yourself back 450 years ago, and just for that moment become a samurai. That, to me, changes things when I get to do it. But even before me, I wanted to just exercise a little active listening to something Tanna said a little while ago when she was talking about cancer and the causes for it. Because as an energy coach for the last 25 years, I've had about 10,000 people come through my hands. And I've had more than enough cancer people come through. And for me, I'd always define cancer as guilt. That you somehow feel guilty about something. And when Tanna said what she said, I'm like, oh, that's a neat way to look at it. I didn't think of those extras. I'm like, yes. And I'm like, they could still all be wrapped up in guilt, maybe the underlying one, but I'm like, you somehow feel guilty about something. And that really threw me a loop. So even in my own life, like my mom had cancer and then cured it and did mind over matters, a medical master, hypnotherapist. And it's neat because what did you feel guilty about? If we frame it that way and look at it that way, it's a completely different, wouldn't have thought of it that way. But yeah, I guess these things do pop up and they seem to fit in that mold. So thank you for bringing this to us, Tanna. Thank you.
Of course. And you know what, you just reminded me of something. I think actually this is the most important self-care thing, is how we speak to ourselves and what we say to ourselves, because we're horrible to ourselves. We say the meanest things. If we
here's what we say.
If we spoke to other people the way we speak to ourselves, sometimes we'd have no friends. Like, oh my God, you're fat. Oh my God, you're not working hard enough. Oh my God, you're not smart enough. You're not this enough. You're not that enough. And I think making a habit to the point of putting up Post-its, like, I love you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. You have to have that self-talk, that positive self-talk. One of my favorite things, can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty powerful. I'm a huge fan of Louise Hay. That was my first week at Capitol.
I'm sure she'll pop back in 3, 2, 1. Let's see how much magic we can muster.
Okay, am I back?
Yeah.
That's how much magic we can muster, gentlemen. Woo!
My favorite affirmation from Louise Hay is, I love and approve of myself. And I did this experiment in 1993. What will happen if I just say it over and over and over? And I did. Just every minute, I didn't have to be consciously focusing on something else. And all these little miracles started happening. I lost 15 pounds. I started dating a nice guy. The noisy guy above me got evicted. The guy I sat next to at work with anger management issues, he got fired. a friend from work moved in above me. She got her rent lowered, so I got my rent lowered. All these little things happened. And unfortunately, the 94 earthquake happened right after that and kind of threw me off. But it's powerful because I was doing it all day, every day. And I'm finally back in that mode because it's a habit. It's a new habit you have to remind yourself of, and we forget because we get busy with other stuff. But when you have those positive thoughts going, there's no room for any other thought. And so when that becomes your thought process, it opens you up, it raises your vibe, and just little miracles or even big miracles are then able to come to you more easily. So the self-talk, I think that's the most important thing.
Do you talk about that in your course? The importance of that?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Recommend a certain ritual? Do you recommend that you do it a certain number of times a day and make it a habit? What's your approach to that? And how long do you do it for? Do you do it in meditation?
Well, meditation is different because some people like to focus on a mantra. Some people like to try and empty their minds and not think. But it's something I do use in my meditation if my mind starts to wander because it brings it back. I think it's just something, that's why I suggest putting up those reminders, because every spare moment where you're not preoccupied with something else that requires your attention, and it can be running in the back of your mind too. But I just think it's really powerful to just have that going all the time. And it just can be as simple as I love myself. I love myself. And the mirror.
You guys want to see a 2-minute video of me being raw and real?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to play you this video and then you tell me what your analysis is. Are you guys ready?
We'll analysis you. Go ahead.
All right. Let me see. How do I, can you play that last video, Juan? Thank you. Oh, you make it vertical?
But I'm just as beautiful as any Hollywood actress. I'm just as special. They're not more beautiful than me. They're not more articulate than me. They're not more special. We're all stars. We're all Hollywood. And I'm watching some Netflix, and I'm seeing more and more, like, the most, you could say, average people, unfamous people are beautiful, just because there's something about when a human being's on camera that makes it beautiful. That's really the truth. And the truth is that we all have a story and a message to share. We all have a story and a message to share. And we live in a modern day. We don't have to spend millions of dollars filming ourselves. I can film myself right now, right on this cell phone. And so can you. And you know what? We can show our flaws. So what? Flaws are beautiful. So what if I have wrinkles? So the fuck what? So the fuck what? I'm alive. I'm on this side of the planet. Yes, I have a lot of struggles that I'm going through right now. Big struggles. But you know what I decided? My law of life today is I'm going to trust the universe. I'm going to trust the universe, and I'm going to be of service. Being of service is my best therapy. So if you're going through a hard time, like I am, throw yourself into service. Throw yourself into being a servant leader. Throw yourself into helping others. And if you don't have a service to give, I can help you with that too. Then call me and let's help you open your own laws of life, marketing agency and television station. Okay, whatever it takes, you've got to work. You've got to be of purpose. You've got to be of service. An idle mind is a prescription for misery. And you know what? I don't even think I look so much better with makeup. In fact, I think I look shittier with it on. So maybe I should just fucking avoid makeup from now on. What do you guys think? Take a vote. So I'm going raw and real. Blanca, raw and real. That's your 2-minute law of life for the day. Get busy and trust.
So what do you think?
Amen. Amen. You know what? I think that's so perfect. Oh yeah, I wish I had one of those.
You got to make one of those, Tanna. I had to take time to make one of
I
those.
wish it was
I
vertical.
love it. But you know what? I love that that was just you. And I love the fact that it was even sideways. Like it's not perfect. And you know, I make a point of trying to be real and authentic as much as I can. Like I've posted pictures. Of course, I want to look good in the pictures that I post. I do a main Friday post. There's an email that goes out to my list, and I primarily post on Fridays, and it's some kind of teaching point about something that I've been through. But there have been weeks when I was totally sick, and there's a picture of me in bed looking like hell with my cat sitting there in front of me,
Oh shit. Well, the truth is sometimes those videos are more interesting,
there we
right?
go. Are we back? Are we back?
I want to see that video of you looking bloated with your cat. I want to see that video.
Hilarious.
Okay, well, it's a photo. It's a photo, but it's on Instagram. It's on Instagram and Facebook, and I look like hell.
I love it. And I bet you got a lot of response to it too, right?
Yeah, a lot of, oh, hope you feel better, that kind of thing. So, but I just think it is important because there are too many people out there who are just looking perfect all the time and like, here's my perfect life, and here I am in this country, and here I am traveling here, and here I am with this celebrity. And I will admit, in my 20 years at Capitol Records, I had amazing experiences, and I do post my picture with Paul McCartney every year on his birthday. I only have one with him, but I post it every year because I love it and I'm proud of it. And I don't even look great in that picture. You know what? Here's a good point too. I don't even look great in that picture because
Oh my God, you guys, we have so many people commenting on our conversation.
Yikes.
good.
Who we got?
Elaine Starling says she loves you. Your woman program
Oh,
is amazing. And
I love you,
and
Elaine. Thank
Dave Rogers says, congratulations. Lovely sharing insight. So I just wanted to shout them out. Dorchi Muskachu says, I love your energy.
Oh.
Celebrating your life is the key. So thanks, Dorchi and Elaine, for
Thank you,
Dave.
George. Yeah. Oh my God. I love all you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, my picture with Paul, his hand is on my head and he was making me laugh. And I thought, oh my God, if I try to open my eyes, it's going to look worse. So I just kept my eyes closed. So I'm laughing because I have an older sister that saw the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl in 1964. And she's like, oh my God, just touch him. And I'm like, okay, I need to touch you for my older sister. And I go, are you touching me? And he goes, I'm touching you. So I don't look great in that photo, but I don't care because I'm with Paul.
Exactly. Well, it's hard to imagine you as an ugly duckling since you're such a beautiful woman, both inside and out.
Amen.
So let's talk about the ugly duckling. A lot of people that come onto our show, Natan, often reference that they were an ugly duckling when they were younger. So how has that affected your adulthood?
I think I cut out for 1 second there. You just asking me how being an ugly duckling affected my adulthood?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it makes you more aware of who you are as a person and not relying on your looks. I definitely couldn't rely on my looks. And I have always just been concerned with how I treat people. And I've always tried to be good to people and be nice to people. And it matters to me what kind of people, how people are to me as well. So it's kind of a two-way street, but it's detrimental too. I mean, if people are staring at me for whatever reason, I'm like, what, because that ugly little girl is still in there somewhere where the kids they used to call me Tuna Marshmallow. They used to call me Titanic. And I was taller than everybody. I was heavy, brave.
Wow.
That's tough. Were you an ugly duckling too, Natan, or have you always been this good
I was
looking?
bullied. I was absolutely stuffed into lockers and bullied, and all the stuff you see in Karate Kid with like kids on a BMX bike taking you and running and chasing you. Oh, yeah, that's from life. Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
martial arts because I needed the self-defense element, not for confidence or weight loss or something cute. I was like, oh crap, this is going to be really bad. I need help. So yeah, very much.
So how do you help women overcome that? Because I think that a lot of people have gone through that. Clearly, does your teachings help women overcome those past feelings of, frankly, inadequacy at a younger age?
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the things I use a lot is tapping, because tapping is my favorite tool because that helps eliminate the emotional charge of whatever the issue is, whether you're having physical pain or it's a traumatic memory or past conditioning.
I haven't tried tapping. Have you tried that, Natan?
Oh goodness, yeah. EFT? Absolutely. It's wonderful. And we have a couple practitioners that are specialists in it. So this is a very cool thing you should try.
So do you teach tapping in your course, Tanna? Or
Yes. Yeah, there's tapping in almost every module. I do it with pretty much every client. And depending on what their issue is in the moment, I always know when tapping is going to help because they just feel better. They feel lighter. And it's like, oh, that doesn't bother me anymore. So it's as effective as for current things as past things.
Wow. So could you give us like a 20-second demonstration of an exercise? What is that?
Yes.
Free tapping session. All right.
Woo, do we want to focus on still feeling like the ugly duckling? Do you think that would help some people?
Sure.
Okay, then do you all want to be my echo?
Sure.
Okay, all right, so we're going to start on the karate chop point. I'm going to say, I think most people are familiar with tapping, but we do a setup statement where we address the issue and then put a little positive affirmation, and then we'll go through the points really quickly. So we're going to start here, and you guys are going to repeat after me. And let me just ask you both, if you have that, because Natan, you had your issues from when you were younger, before you started martial arts. When you think about that feeling of, oh, I'm ugly and people are mean to me, whatever, where is it on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as intensity? Like 10 is horrible.
It was to the point that it made no sense that I'm in grade 6 and my girlfriend's in grade 7, which is not a big deal until you realize that when she comes over from junior high school to elementary school to give you a kiss at recess, your friends are looking at you like you're a freaking god. Meanwhile, if you're walking the halls, girls would walk to the other side and go, ew, there's Natan. It broke my brain. I could not understand, how can I be so pretty to this, but so ugly to this?
Yeah.
9 out of 10. I was very, what the hell?
Okay. Blanca, what about you?
It was pretty bad. I'd say a 9. I was very excluded from my classmates. And I really don't know why.
Well, and that's okay. We're all born with insecurities, and it's okay. And I like to say I'm very secure with my insecurities, which I'm pretty open about it. Like, I'm insecure about this. I never feel perfect. I never feel like I know more than anybody else about stuff. I do like to be recognized for what I do know and what I can do and who I am now. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. So let's go back here.
Okay.
So we're going to start on the karate chop point. And if I freeze, just hang in there. I'll be right back. Okay.
Shopping.
Okay. Even though I still feel like a loser sometimes. You guys are going to repeat after me.
Even though I feel like a loser sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's okay how I feel.
It's okay how I feel.
And regardless of my past feelings.
And regardless of my past feelings.
And experiences. I deeply and completely love and accept myself now.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself now.
So I'm going to do an abbreviated version because normally we would do several rounds. So we'll just get right into. So we're going to go on the eyebrow point. You can use 1 hand, 2 hands. I like to use 2 hands. You're going to go right on the inside of your eyebrows right there and tap. I still feel like a loser sometimes.
I still feel like a loser sometimes.
Side of the eye. Why? Under the eye. I have accomplished so much.
I've accomplished so much.
Under the nose. And I know that I'm awesome. Chin. But I'm still afraid that people are going to think I'm a dork. Collarbone. They're going to think I'm a fraud. Under the arm. They're going to call me fat and ugly. Top of the head. They're not going to like me. Eyebrow. I don't know how to handle that. Side of the eye. I don't know what to do about that. Under the eye. I just am who I am. Under the nose. I'm just doing my best. Chin. Why are people so mean? Collarbone. I'm so nice. Okay, under the arm. I don't understand. Top of the head. I just want to feel good about myself. Eyebrow. I just want to have good people in my life. Side of the eye. But you know what? That's what I've created. Under the eye. And it's safe for me to acknowledge that. Under the nose. It's safe for me to feel good about myself. Chin. It's safe for me to love myself exactly as I am. collarbone, even with my flaws and imperfections.
Even with my flaws and imperfections.
Under the arm, because I'm pretty awesome.
It's not pretty
Awesome.
Top of the head. And I acknowledge how awesome I am.
I
I
know
acknowledge how awesome I am.
I am amazing.
I am amazing.
And I love and approve of myself.
I love and approve of myself.
Okay, take a deep breath. So when you think back on those memories now, where is your number at this point?
0.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't that amazing? Because it's the emotional trigger, because I'm sure you've both heard whatever happens to us, it's the meaning we assign to it that impacts us. Because some things can happen. Like if someone said, you're a purple pig, you'd be like, whatever, go away. But if someone says, you're ugly, you're horrible, you're stupid, you're like, what? You know? So if you can differentiate and be like, it doesn't matter, you know, and I love what Wayne Dyer says, other people's opinions are none of my business. So if we can remember that and just stay within ourselves and keep that positive self-talk going continuously, then we're on a good path to be successful and happy and love ourselves.
That's the foundation. And Elaine says that she loves, I'm secure with my insecurities, and that you're so good at getting the energy moving. And you are. You have a gift, Tanna, of exuding and creating very positive energy. And also, Lana Berkovsky is watching. And thank you to everybody that's being a part of this. And I hope that you tapped along with us and went through this exercise. I'm new to tapping. I have not used it as a tool.
What did you think? That you're the best, what do you call it? Talk to us. What did you think?
I thought it was wonderful. I mean, at the end of the day,
How do you feel now? Do things still tingle?
I
Do they
feel
feel like
calm. I feel calm. I was a little, my anxiety levels were higher going in, and now I feel calm. I feel calm because I'm with two people that I trust, that I feel safe with. We have such a beautiful audience, and everybody is here supporting each other. And so is tapping something you do individually, or do people do it in a group too?
Well, you could do it individually, one-on-one with a practitioner or a coach helps, because some people are like, I don't know what to say, but I'll tell you, all you need to do is just voice those things that are on your mind. And then if you can fit in there, and even though I feel this way, I still deeply love and accept myself, then you're going to see some progress. And that's the whole thing, is to calm down your amygdala. That's, it's in that fight or flight panic, even if it's a memory. So you experience it, that it calms you down. And that's what I mean by it eliminates that emotional trigger. And it works with physical pain, addictions, phobias. It works. They say tap on anything because it works on everything.
That's incredible. I'm so, and Lana says it's amazing how it works so instantly. Dorchky, fabulous session. I'm so happy that everyone's engaging and benefiting. And that's what this show is about. All of us talking to one another, engaging with one another, and being a part of the conversation. So you mentioned meditation as a tool. I do meditate. I'm fortunate to have been taught that. I've been learning energy healing from Natan. I've learned tapping from you. Are there any other tools in your toolkit, Tanna, that you highly recommend?
Oh gosh, there are so many. It's hard to think of all of them. I would have to say tapping is my favorite. And I do I've been doing energy work for a long time. It was kind of one of the first things that got me into this path. So I think, there's so many different forms. Like I'm certified in quantum touch. There are a million Reiki healers out there, all different kinds of healing. I think if you realize the power of your hands, and Donna Eden is a great person to study too. She teaches you energy medicine, and they have a thing on Instagram where it's they do one thing every Wednesday. They teach you a little thing. That's incredibly powerful. So I think learning to understand the energy in your body, how to heal yourself, and
it's true. My wife's a huge fan of Donna Eden. Big.
I'm going to have to start opening my mind up to more of these other teachers too. I'm glad you brought them up. That's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm going blank right now because I'm like, I have a million things in my
Awesome, Tanna.
What do you think is your number one gift? What are you best at, Tanna? Your number one gift?
I think it's just, I like to make people feel good. And I had a weekly show on YouTube for 7 years called Feel Good Fridays with Tanna Marshall, because I like to think, and Nathan, I think I said this to you, I like what Maya Angelou said. People are going to forget what you did and what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So I want people to feel good, loved, supported, encouraged, uplifted. And I'm good at turning things around and putting a positive spin on things too. So I think those are
I love that. That's awesome.
So amazing. And what's your number one law of life?
love. Love. All you need is love, and love yourself first. Love yourself first. Put your own oxygen mask on first. The more you love yourself, the more you can love others, the more love you can allow in.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's
Yep.
powerful.
Yep.
So
Blanca, your turn. Now you do the same thing that you just asked Tanna.
my number one gift to the world,
Yes.
I would say making people feel comfortable and letting them shining a light on others, I think is my number one gift. I love shining the light, having engaging, empowering conversations and sharing those with the world. Even this morning on Instagram, I was in a store, and there was a young lady that helped me in the store, and I went live with Kenzie this morning on Instagram, just documenting, just being with people. And my number one law of life today was take the time to talk to people you wouldn't ordinarily talk to. And just take 10 minutes and ask them, how is their day going? What is their number one law of life? What motivates them? And I love the joy when people light up when I'm interviewing them. That's my joy. And what about you, Natan?
Hmm. I I love helping people separate their price from their worth. I love to have them really go in and examine, is milk the same price as cream? No? Why not? It's the same stuff. What are you? Are you milk or are you cream? That's my gift.
That's a powerful gift, because I think so many people don't really understand the distinction between those two. So we only have 2 minutes left. Let's talk about what's your opinion on the law of attracting prosperity, Tanna?
Oh, it's, it's something I'm always working on. It's so energy based, and when we just need to get out of our own way,
Yeah.
actually. And I want to put a plug to Elaine, who has been commenting. She has an amazing program coming up called the Abundance Journey. I'm
Ooh.
participating in it right now, and it's different from anything else I've ever experienced. And I think everybody needs that. If anybody's having money flow issues or prosperity issues, it's an energetic thing, and we need to figure out, like, why are we in our own way? Why are we stopping the flow? And if we can just learn to kind of relax. Actually, my license plate says relax on. Take your own advice. We need to relax and welcome it in and allow it to flow to us and through us, and realize that it circulates. When it goes out, it comes back. When you put stuff out, realize it's going to come back to you.
That is so beautiful. And I love how you're supporting your audience. So shout out to Elaine. Sounds like an amazing opportunity. And Lana says, all you need is love. You're being a life and creating love to yourself, and live being love energy. And Elaine says, keep saying, instead of saying, I'm always working on prosperity, to I'm always welcoming prosperity.
Ooh, I like
I have learned a lot about that the words we use are
Good deal.
extremely important. One of the laws of life I learned from Sunny, my meditation coach, is never say, don't forget. Always say, remember.
Remember.
And that's
We're not good with negatives. Our mind doesn't work that way. I don't want you to picture a pink elephant. It doesn't work so good.
exactly.
Yeah.
And what can I say? I'm so empowered by your wisdom, Tanna, and by you, Natan. And
You can see why I brought Tanna in. Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe we're already at the end of the show, but I want to thank everyone for elevating, for being a part of the conversation. I want to thank Tanna for lighting our life up this morning, for Natan, for always bringing maximum energy. And I want to cordially invite everyone to join us every Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern at the Laws of Life networking event. You can pick that link up at lawsoflife.shop. You can follow me on Instagram and get it on my link tree, and bring friends and be a part of this circle. And it's been really extraordinary. Lana has been coming the last 2 weeks, and she's totally changed the dynamic of the conversation. Natan has been joining us for months. Tanna, I hope to see you there one day. We want to get your energy in the circle. And I hope everybody stays empowered, inspired, and just keep it raw and real, and keep sharing your stories with us. We're all here to support one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Thursday at 11 a.m. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everyone. What a pleasure.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you